Hello everyone, welcome to art class. Today we will be learning about an art style that dates from about 10,000 BC all the way to the 1400s. It is known as Pre-Columbian art. Pre-Columbian refers to the period before Columbus landed in the quote-unquote New World, aka before European art began to influence the Native American artists of North, Central, and South America. Arrowheads from 10,000 BC and pottery from 2000 BC have been found, which shows how ancient the New World actually was. Art was very important to society at this time. Objects used in religious rituals, such as carved masks, were thought to be charged with magic. In a life of uncertainty, craftsmen hoped these objects would appease nature and help the tribe survive. So here is a map of the U.S. We are going to be talking about the Pacific Northwest. So this is the Pacific area, but we're going to talk about specifically the Northwest. The First Nations of the Pacific Northwest created totem poles to represent ancestry, history, people, or events. Totem poles are made out of a type of tree called red cedar, which is an easy to carve wood that is easy to find in the Pacific Northwest. A totem pole typically has symbolic and stylized human, animal, and supernatural forms, which mark a family's lineage or history. Totem poles would not necessarily tell a story, but the animals or beings would represent stories familiar to the community members who came upon the totem pole. So here are a couple questions. So if you can make a choice, pause the video and answer the question. So the first one is, what were totem poles made out of? Stone or red cedar trees? Okay, if you said red cedar trees, you would be correct. Why were totem poles important? They showed the status of a family, or they were pretty decorations. All right, if you said showed status of a family, you would be correct. Great job. Now you're going to view a demo of how to create your own totem pole. So here are the instructions for the project, and when the demo is over, if you want to come back to this slide, come back to this part of the video so you can see the materials you need to review any instructions and to get the alternative methods. Okay, so now that you've learned all about pre-Columbian art and the importance of totem poles, you are going to make your own. So what you need for this project is a paper towel tube, the totem pole template, which we have here, some markers, crayons, or colored pencils, a glue stick, and a pair of scissors. Okay, be very careful with the scissors. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your totem pole template and you're going to color it in. So you can choose, all of the spots to color in. So the face, the beak, the eyes, the eyebrows, the body, the arms, the bottom. Have the artist choose all of the colors that they want for their totem pole. And there's no right or wrong way. This is their own totem pole. You can use the picture symbols with the different colors on them, or a super easy way to do it too is to just hold up two options of two different colors and have the student choose what color they would like the different areas to be. All right, so I'm going to go through and I'm just going to color this in and then show you how to put together the totem pole. Okay, so you can see here we have the totem pole colored in. It's all filled in, all the colors that I chose. Yours might look a little different, that's okay. So now what you're going to do is you are going to take your template and just kind of size it onto, because you see there's a little bit of extra white space down here. So we got to size it onto the paper towel roll. So it's going to be a little bit shorter than your paper towel roll. So you got to trim up your paper and your paper towel roll. Remember, be very careful with when you're using scissors. Ask an adult if you need to. Okay. So it looks good. All right. And you can just fold your paper over. And it looks like we'll have to trim it a little bit because it's covering up parts of our totem pole here and here. So you can just trim the side just a smidge. And the alternative method for this project, if you don't have a paper towel tube, you can just make a tube using just your paper and glue it along here. It just won't be as sturdy as, say, it would with a paper towel tube. This just gives it a little bit more sturdiness to it. Okay, so you could do it like this if you don't have this. But since we have a paper towel roll, we are going to use that, and we are going to glue these down. I just want to make sure the sizing is good. All right, looks pretty good. And we'll cut this down after we're all glued on. Okay, and there you have it, your completed totem pole. Looks pretty cool when you stand it up. All right, great job, you guys.